my decision is that Tom, you are going to become my business partner. Tom, you're hired.
Everyone who's watched knows when you really feel strongly about something, you take those glasses off. So well done. And I mean, look, even you watching it.
Yeah,
now,
just watching
morning.
it there, I'm like, is it going to go the right way? Does it still happen? Even when I was watching it last night, I was like, maybe he changed his mind. Maybe, but it's incredible.
So just
really
talk us through that moment. So there's just the two of you there. I mean, did you have an instinct, whether it was yours as the final four? You've gone through that process. Did you have a hunch? I mean, you can be honest now.
I'd had three previous final three boardrooms just before that, and so Lord Sugar had an opportunity to find me and he hadn't. So I had a feeling that I had a chance. I also knew that Lord Sugar is very much a products guy. He's brought loads of products to market, and that's why I was so enticed to do it in the first place. However, Helen had been amazing, Jim was just this most incredible salesperson, and Susie's 21 and a huge talent for the future, so I honestly didn't know.
Yeah. Did you know very much about Helen's business plan? Because, you know, to be perfectly fair to you, a lot of people thought, well, Helen, she's won 10 out of 11 tasks, she seemed to have a rocket on her head, and then all of a sudden she brings out this business plan and everybody goes, oh.
Yeah.
And then she sort of tried to change her mind in the meeting.
Yes.
And
yes.
you sort of
Yes.
were a bit like, oh, this is a bit outside the rules.
I was suddenly terrified. I think we were definitely all surprised by Helen's business plan. We all presumed it would be related to food and it would build on what she'd previously done. However, she was absolutely convinced that the business was a great possibility.
Which was her business was proposing a sort of assistant service, so that for busy working people, instead of hiring a secretary, you could kind of have this assistant on call.
Yes.
But nobody was impressed.
Well, I think the reality is that everyone would like that service. The question is, would anyone pay for it?
Yeah.
Or would anyone pay the kind of money that you actually need? Because, for example, to get someone over to sort of let the cat out, you know, for example, which would be a very useful service, would cost like £80 to £100 for a call out.
Whereas your business is, well, as Lord Alan Sugar said, it needs a bit of tweaking.
I think tweaking maybe with a sledgehammer.
Yeah, the idea,
yes.
for those that didn't see it, the idea is about you go into an office and you look at how people sit and what they're sitting on and tell them whether it's going to give them a bad back. So what's the verdict on the breakfast sofa? How's it working?
The breakfast sofa serves a purpose. It's very good. It's got a nice strong back. But the reality about myself is that is one of the ideas that I've got.
Okay.
As you can imagine, I've been, for the last 5 or so years, I've been developing all these ideas, got the notebook full of them, and we're now in discussions. I'm now in discussions with Lord Sugar. These are the ideas. The chair is one. The reason I got so into the chair is because I've struggled with back pain since 2000, and it wasn't until I've read a load of stuff about it's actually to do with the muscles in your back and their strength and their tone, and then if you build those muscles up, it can really help, so that when you go out and you play tennis on the weekend and you go, oh, your back is actually in, it's been prepared for that fall.
Tell me,
you
Tom,
made me want to sit up straight.
Sit up straight.
Yeah, sorry.
There's this thing about you, which everyone says you're the nice guy.
Thank you.
You know, the nice guy. Well, I don't know you, so I can't really comment. But that's the idea, that you're the nice guy and you've won.
Yes.
Was there a time during the process when you felt like maybe you had to kind of get a bit nastier, but get a bit tougher? Because there's often that impression with The Apprentice that those who do well are those who are the most aggressive, and who are prepared to do anything.
Indeed, I'd like to think that I held my own. Especially as it went on. There were times in the boardroom where I gave my thoughts on Melody's job and on Helen. I think almost the second to last boardroom I was in. But I was very adamant that to be who I am, I didn't want to change to become part of the process. Because if I won by being someone else, well, what's the point, really?
We're just watching some of the images of your best and possibly most interesting moments. For you, what was the highlight of the whole series? Obviously, apart from winning.
There are 3 incredible highlights.
Right.
Winning in the end, winning my first task on the rubbish, and my pie. We're just seeing it now. that was the moment where it all came together and I was able to shine.
Yeah.
One thing about me is I'm used to working in small organisations, mainly ones that I'm sort of in control of, and I found it difficult when there are 8 people in my team.
Right.
To get my viewpoint across, to actually get people to listen, because I'm used to being much more autonomous, much more in control of things. When it was just myself and Helen, it really, really worked, and I love that.
Lovely to see you, Tom, and lovely of you to wear the matching red socks for the sofa as well.
Well, thank you very much.